Welcome in, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the BAMNCast. Cool. So today we have them in sections, right? The flow of the last podcast was really good. We're going to be posting clips on Instagram to bring as many people in as we can and just grow the family. So we're super excited to open you guys up today and have a good time.
Yep.
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. So today we have them in sections, right? The flow of the last podcast was really good, and I like that a lot. So I think we'll rock and roll with the same thing. So first, we're gonna talk about fatherhood, why change is good, and the unexpected is both scary and a beautiful process. So I am not a father, not yet. Baker will be soon.
Very
Technically, he already is, but
soon.
it'll be in the flesh here pretty soon, man. So just give us your insight on how fatherhood, you're excited, you're nervous. Like, I know there's a million things going on in your mind right now. So just let us know what you got for us.
I don't know. I mean, it is a million different things. It's the whole. I mean, I was talking to you guys the other night over some cigars. The whole process is just insane. I think I said this on a previous episode, but Kinsey and I, as we've gotten like deeper and deeper into the whole pregnancy process, it's our number one thought has been like, why do we not check on our friends that were pregnant or having kids more than we did? Like, we were awful friends, because it is just a crazy process. I mean, you're talking all the things that Kinsey has gone through, or the mother goes through, growing the baby, of like what challenges and different things come with each trimester. Like, it's insane what like the woman has to go through and experience. And then there's also, like, not to even make it sound like it's close to equal, but during the first trimester, like, I'm talking every single night on the way home, and entrepreneur too, so it's everything is like, I work late most nights, but every single night on the way home, it's like me trying to call or text Kinsey and figure out like what sounds okay to eat, because it was different by the hour. Like, there was a few times where I would get her food, and by the time that, because it sounded good to her, and then by the time that I brought it, got to her, it was like, yeah, it's not gonna work anymore. Like, I can't have that. So like the food aversion, but it's just each individual trimester has its own kind of thing. So there's that. There's on top of like just preparing for the baby in general, like the nursery, or you have to buy a million things. And we did get gifted a bunch of stuff as well for like our baby shower, but there's still a million more things. Like, you can't get gifted everything. It'd be awesome if you could, but there's a bunch of stuff that like you just can't. It's either too expensive to ask other people to buy, or like you just, it just didn't get grabbed off the registry for whatever reason. So there's a bunch of that stuff that you have to do and then set up. We put in the car seats the other day. I've been getting a lot of comments on the car seat saga. Apparently people love that. But it's a million different feelings that you're having. I think it's making me softer too, like even more of a softie.
Yeah, because soft lately.
I keep just thinking about like the first time I'm gonna like touch her and hold her, and that I just keep like tearing up every single time I think about that, or every single time I think about like taking her out to you guys and saying like, this is my daughter. That makes me tear up every single time. Like, I'm starting to tear up just thinking about that right now. So it's a lot of crazy stuff. I don't know what to do when she gets here. So like, I still feel unprepared on that front.
Figure it out.
But as far as the house, as far as like her nursery and like living situation, everything is ready that can be ready. So I think that's a big part of like what I've been thinking about lately, is just waiting on her to get here, but also just like the thought of like her actually being here. We've been filming these cool videos. I can't remember if I told you about this or not.
You told us, but not the podcast. Definitely tell them about that.
We've been filming, like, I've been keeping a photo album where like every like funny picture of Kinsey on like throughout pregnancy, or like I've been filming a bunch of videos just saying like, hey, it's your mom and dad, and like we're going through this crazy part of pregnancy right now. Like, or I filmed one the other day. It's like, hey, it's my birthday and like you're a few weeks out from getting to meet you, and like this is my last birthday without you here, and I can't wait. So I've just been filming like little, like kind of like a diary of pictures and videos for her. I imagine I'll just, as she's born and stuff, I'll just keep filling it. So I think it would be really cool. I would think it would be so cool to look back on something like that from mom and dad.
Of course.
Yeah, I agree.
To see them like young and like prepping for me and what was going through their head and stuff like that would be so cool. So I think hopefully she'll think it's cool.
I'm sure she will.
And I don't want to go off on a tangent, but that just makes me think like, what's the world going to look like in, you know, when she's old enough to actually understand that?
Kinsey and I were talking about
Like
that.
coming out of your wrist or something like a.
Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy.
Kinsey and I were talking about that. It's like she's like, oh my gosh, this picture is so like bad quality. Literally, as we're still on a screen.
That's like crazy.
What was this filmed on a brick? Like it's
Yeah.
It's funny to think about what she'll be saying about it.
Dang, that's gonna be an excited time, man. I remember when you guys, I think I said this last podcast when you told us when we were home for Christmas, like that time has flew by. It's flew by.
Yeah.
It's like, where has the last almost year gone, bro? It's crazy.
It is.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man. We appreciate you for sharing that. And I'm excited to just, you know, see it firsthand and just be there to experience, because I have a bunch of nieces and nephews, but I was super young when, you know, so I really couldn't appreciate it for what it really is or see it for what it really was. So
yeah,
it's going to be a great time, man. I'm excited.
Well, and even, I mean, I had a couple of my best buddies now have kids, and I'm like,
yeah,
I watched it and I thought it was cool, and I paid more attention than I did with family members and cousins and stuff like that. But like, whenever you go through it too, like there will be a million things that you'll be like, how was we hung out so much with Baker and Kinsey and I had no idea that this was a thing. Or I wonder what Baker was thinking about during this. Like, I've thought that, like Caleb or Tyler or something, like, I wonder, like, Caleb didn't even tell me he was going through this, or like that this was happening.
Yeah.
Or I wonder what he did in this situation. Like, I just sent a text out to a bunch of them. I was like, hey, what should I pack in my hospital bag? Like, what's your best tip? Of course, Caleb was not helpful at all. Caleb said, like, a hoodie. That was his response. I was like, just a hoodie.
As long as you got clothes on your back and maybe a toothbrush.
Yeah, good to go.
He was like, a hoodie and a pillow. I was like, that's your biggest, like, hack and tip for me, is just bring a hoodie and a pillow. He's like, that's all I packed. I don't know what you want me to say.
That's
Yeah.
a response for sure.
That's a dad.
That's a dad response for sure, though. That's awesome. That's good stuff.
But I'm excited for y'all to experience a lot of that.
Yeah, I'm excited as well.
Yeah, one day.
It's gonna be a good thing. I think we spoke about it kind of in passing, like me wanting to be a girl dad first. I think that's gonna be so dope, bro. Like having her in like sports and dancing with her, making like crazy videos, like that's gonna be so much fun. That's gonna be so much fun.
It will be.
Yeah, that's gonna be good stuff. All right, that brings us to our next topic in section 1, which is change is good. So I'm going to go around the room and ask, like, in a situation where something changed for you and you were super nervous about it, but it worked out to be like one of the best decisions you've ever made. So Addison, for you, that would be meeting me. What you got?
Yeah. No, I think everyone knows that change is scary, but sometimes it ends up being like the best decisions that could have like happened for you. I would arguably say Houston was a terrifying move for me and terrifying for my entire family being that far away, but obviously it turned out to be one of the best decisions. I grew a lot during that time. I did meet you during that time. We built our own little family in Houston, and then we're now moved to Dallas, which was also a scary change for the both of us, because we were like, this is another big move, another like upheaval of everything and taking it with us. So I always feel like it is scary and intimidating, but then once you're in the process, you just kind of figure it out, go with the flow, and it can end up being a huge blessing.
Good. I agree. That's good stuff. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, we were all worried about her whenever she heard her. So
that is a long way from home.
It's a long way from home.
Especially for girls, you know?
But yeah, I was going to say Houston for you too. For me, I would say the biggest thing, or the biggest like period that comes to mind is whenever I first moved to Dallas, I jumped in. I was still working remote, like doing marketing for my gummy company, a few other brands that was back in Norman, and not mine. I was running it for somebody. And yeah, just like some stuff went south with that kind of partnership, and some weird things started happening with some of the manufacturing and budgets and things like that. And then just out of nowhere, they were like, yeah, we're not, like, I couldn't get any answers. I couldn't get a hold of anybody. And then they were just like, yeah, we're going to shut this down.
Yeah.
Like, you got 2 weeks.
It's crazy.
Like, you're going to get paid one more time. And like, you know, I had all sorts of, I can't remember if I had just bought Kinsey's ring or was about to buy Kinsey's ring, or what the time frame was there. But it was like not ideal. And I all of a sudden was paying 4 times as much as I had ever paid in rent. And I was so low. So like I was spending 99% of all my time alone because Kinsey lived 40 minutes away, and it was just like a weird time. But I used that time, that transition period, to like seek out, and ended up meeting Mike. You know, we grew BAM, and kind of like that started to take over. And so it kind of forced me into what was next for me. And I kind of had to figure it out. So that was like a big, I think, change period for me. But it also solidified Kinsey and I for me too, because she came to me and she said like, hey, you know, I think you're meant to be an entrepreneur. So if like you need me to cover you for a while, like I'll cover you. Like I'll pay the bills, like whatever you need me to do, like go chase your dreams.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, first off, I never want her to ever have to say that again or offer that again. But second off, like, this is not a girl that sees me for like any type of current success or whatever. Like, she just sees me for like, I believe in you. You're going to figure it out. I got us. And so I've always made it my mission ever since to be like, that's the shoes on the other foot. Like, I got us. I'm going to take care of it. Whatever you want to do is fine. But like, we're going to make sure you're taken care of. So that was a big switching period for me.
Yeah. And I feel like that's what it's all about, man. You really don't know what's on the other side of that change until you experience it. You know, you can kind of play it safe and just be comfortable, but you have no idea of what's out there. You know, like if we didn't take a chance, I didn't move here, she didn't move to Texas, you know, you didn't move here, things could look completely, we wouldn't even be on this podcast right now. You know, so I think change is sort of inevitable. Like you have to change in order to get to the next phase in life. So change for me, like I said, was just taking a big chance, moving out here. Like I knew no one. My sister and I would move to Texas together. You know, it blossomed into this beautiful business and this beautiful life that I have right now. So, I mean, I'm all for it. Like if someone asks me, like, what should I do? Should I play it safe or should I take a chance? Take the chance every single time. Who cares? Why not? Like this time we have is finite. Like it's going to expire one day. So why not do exactly what you want to do? Without hurting other people, of course. But you know, just go for it, bro. Shoot for the stars.
Agreed.
That's good stuff. Anything else y'all have about change? Why change is good? Change could be bad, of course, but we're just focused on the.
Yeah, but I feel like most of the time it's people are just too afraid to leave their comfort zones. I feel like that's the change that's scary. I feel like if you're excited about some kind of change, like overly ready for it, maybe then you should second guess yourself. But I feel like the best changes come from that place of just discomfort, because you know that this is like your next step of like life or growth or whatever it might be, and taking that leap is going to propel you in the right direction. And I often feel like that's why change is scary and uncomfortable to most people.
Yeah, I would agree to all people that feel like that.
You might have been,
that's a good point. Good.
You might have been the same way, but for me, the first like introduction of that was college and
Definitely.
And so for me, it was, you know, we grew up in super small town Oklahoma, Addie and I did, and you know, everybody that you grew up with like knew everything about you. And there was no escaping that. And so going to Norman for college, even though Norman's kind of like a small town kind of feel, I guess. It's 100 during the school year. It's like 130,000 people. So for us versus 5,000 people, it was a big jump. And so throwing myself there, I felt like I got to reinvent myself a little bit. I felt like I got to kind of like really see what I was made of. Like it just being you know, meet new people, build new relationships, all of the things. And so after experiencing that and seeing like my growth on the back half of that, I was set on figuring out how I could throw myself into that again.
Yes.
So I had even applied for, I was big into apparel at the time with that Christian clothing company I used to have. And I was applying for internships at different clothing companies. Like Under Armour was one that I was really trying to get. And I was going to move to like Baltimore. That was one of the spots that I was looking at. I was wanting to move to Baltimore to just like go be at Under Armour for several months and just see what that was like. And I'm like, this is going to be great. I know nobody here. It's going to have to reinvent myself all over again. And Dallas is one of the other places that I want to look at.
Good. I agree with all of that, and we appreciate you guys for sharing as always. It's good insight. So that brings us to our next topic, which is hot takes.
Hot take.
Addison, open us up. What's your hot take number one? We have 2 hot takes, one from her, one from myself, and then see what Baker has.
Okay, so my hot take on this is I think that hustle culture is promoted 24/7 on social media, and you constantly see people, because I remember even feeling like this like a year ago. People are posting, I'm waking up at 4 a.m., I'm going to the gym at 4 a.m., I'm getting ready for my day, I'm starting my day at 6 a.m., I'm journaling, I'm reading my Bible, reading a book, whatever it is for you, and then I'm eating breakfast, and then I'm going to clock in at my job or work, or I'm creating content from 9 to 5, and then I'm getting home, and then I'm going on it was just like every single second of someone's day was like taken up by something. Never like a pause in your day. It was just productive from 4 a.m. to 10 p.m. and then they act like they restart this the next day. And I think hustle culture is kind of toxic in some ways from social media, and the way that people make themselves seem like they are just the busiest person on this planet and never having a second of downtime. And so I think people have like these expectations that they should be doing the same. But my thing is, I guarantee you, if you look at the person who's doing this one day, how many days are they actually doing that? Or is that just, okay, this specific day, they're like, I'm really busy today. I'm going to film every single bit of this and I'm going to share it. So I have like, people think I have so much going on, but I think it's fake. I think that hustle culture is overdone and dramatized, dramatized, right? Dramatized.
It's either dramatized or traumatized.
See, now I don't
It's
know.
dramatized.
I don't know. Anyways, I just think that people make it look one way when the reality for them is like totally different. And so people who are consuming that content feel like they should be doing the same thing. But recently, I've seen a lot of people talk about just because you wake up at 5 a.m. does not mean you're going to have like this immense amount of success. Some people wake up at 11 a.m. and are still like crushing it.
Billionaires.
Like, I mean, that's just what it is.
Yeah.
Like what works for you will not work for somebody else. Like you have to find the routine that works best for you. So I just think hustle culture is a little toxic and a little overdone. What do you guys think?
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely a great, it could be a hot take. I feel like a lot of people will agree with you. I agree with you that it's sort of glamorized, but I also think there's a time and place for that. Like certain seasons, right? There's seasons for everything in your life. So if let's say you're trying to bootstrap a company like Baker, or, we're trying to grow the business, or we have a lot to do like in prep or something, I feel like those times, like you have to wake up early and you have to get stuff done, especially if you want to make something out of nothing.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
I don't think it's like black and white in a sense. I do agree with that take that is like made seem like mainstream. Like it's not every day in their life, it's that day in someone's life. Like they have everything check mark and listed out. So I agree. I wouldn't even say that is a hot take, but I definitely agree with that hot take. Some people actually in real life live that life, and some people just do it for clicks and views. So
well, and there's
I
I think that I consider it a hot take, I guess, because there are people out there who say we've heard the motivational videos and spiels before where they're like, you have to wake up at 5 a.m. You got to be up before everybody else. You've got to have this, this, and this. You got to plan out every second of your day. If you're not making the most of these time blocks, then what are you actually doing? What's productive in your day?
Yeah.
So I feel like there are people who are very like hardcore, like you got to go balls to the wall 24/7, like no breathing room. But in reality, like that's just not what works for a lot of people.
Yeah. And does everyone do what they say they do online? Absolutely not.
No.
Or there's some people that actually do that?
Yes.
100% yes. So, like I said, I think it's seasons. You know, you go hard now so you can kind of chill out later. But yeah, I mean, just pick a schedule that you can stick to. Don't do something else that someone else is doing and thinking that it's going to work for you, because it will. It may not. But you have to find what works for you and then stick to that. So I believe that that's a good take on your hot take.
I think like the Ashton Hall stuff was what set off.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, yes.
Bro,
I
he
didn't
went
think
so
about that.
viral for that, bro. That was crazy.
And especially like sometimes he would like lose minutes of time. Like he would go backwards on like the next item of his, and that would go super viral because be like he's diving into the pool, and then by the time he hits the pool, 3 seconds later, he's like 4 minutes earlier in time. Like it's
great marketing.
It is great marketing.
Very great marketing.
It's great. It's rage baiting everyone. I'm like, oh.
This is hilarious, bro.
But I think that's what kind of kicked a lot of that stuff off. I do agree with you on that. I also agree with you the opposite of true. Opposite of that is true. I guess a counter hot take would be that I think, I guess not really a counter to your point, but I think a lot of people, I notice this a lot in being an entrepreneur major in college, is everybody thinks that they're getting into, like, we had this one class where everyone got asked, why do you want to be an entrepreneur? And everybody said freedom, and I want to be my own boss, and I don't want to like have to do anything.
It's like jail.
It's the complete opposite.
That's it.
For 99.99999% of entrepreneurs, it does not mean more freedom. It means less freedom. Until you get to a very specific part of your career, which none of us are at.
No.
And so I think my hot take would be like, entrepreneurship is not the right path if you want freedom and flexibility
and work-life balance.
Any of that.
There's no
not the right path.
No.
I swear it is. That's another hot take, but sorry.
Yeah, I mean that's my hot take. It's just I think like a lot of people get into it with that being their motivating factor. Then we can't talk anymore.
I'm rubbing off on you guys.
Let's just go ahead and edit out all of our grammatical errors.
The second topic is talking about supplements, but I want to go back to that. I had it. I think I forgot it. Dang, that threw me off.
Do the do.
Right? Like the loading, like the white circle loading. Just pause video. But anyway, if I remember it, I'll say it. But let's move on to the next hot take. The supplement.
Do you have more that you want to say? Okay.
Do you have more?
No,
you're good.
Sorry, go ahead, bro.
I was just I mean, it's usually the exact opposite to start. It is less flexibility. You're at especially at the beginning, you're at every beck and call of every client or every person that's paying you money, because if you lose one of those people, that's a big chunk of your income that's gone. You have to, it's all rides or dies on you. So like you don't have a team of people like you do in a normal 9 to 5 to rely on. Like you can take sick days or vacations or whatever, and like everything's really cool. You completely check out. Not how it works. So I think that would be my hot take, is that that entrepreneurship's not right for you if that's what you're looking for out of it.
That is true. I don't remember the last trip I took where I did zero work.
Same.
I have no idea. When I was in college, I think when I was in college.
It would definitely expose who you are. It's like kind of sink or swim. I think it's great for not everyone to try, but it's great to show you who you are, what you're made of. You know, like when you face adversity, what are you going to do? Right? Like you have a month where let's say you get no clients, because we're in the service business. Like you get no clients. What are you going to do? Are you going to give up, or are you going to go 10 times harder? So I think it's good for people who want a challenge and aren't afraid to fail. You know, so at the end, right now, it pays off to have prevailed through all of that. But in the beginning, you're like, what am I doing, bro?
I mean, even now, sometimes you're like, is this really worth it? Because it kind of sucks sometimes.
Yeah. I tell everyone, start it out as a side hustle. Keep your job. Do not quit your job with nothing.
I agree.
Start it out as a side hustle. If you can make it work and you can get some sort of motion in your 5 to 9 time frame each day, and it makes sense with your projections and where it's headed, then make the switch.
I agree.
But don't just fall for the glorification of the lifestyle and what it can be and freedom and being your own boss, because that's not it for a long time.
Yeah.
Long
Yeah.
time. I'll let you know if we ever get there.
It's risk versus calculated risk. Risk is putting all on black, and calculated risk is, okay, this makes the most sense for me right now because it's on this path. Calculated versus taking random risk. But the second hot take is the supplement industry is a fraud. It is flawed and it is a fraud. I know that's kind of a hot statement, but what do you have to say about that?
I've got one for you. Women's creatine.
Women's creatine.
Women's
I've never heard of
creatine.
that. Explain to us what
There
that is,
are
baby.
like actual companies who market them. Obviously, their target is women because everybody knows women consume 10 times more than men.
Yep.
We are shoppers. We're shopaholics. We love to buy things. We love to, catch the next trend, whatever it is.
Mhm.
And there's a company that like kind of preys on that where they're like creatine for women, pre-workout for women. There's literally no difference. There's nothing that's in a women's creatine versus just generic creatine. And so I would say in a way, those things, I would consider that like being, did it stop?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I would consider that being a fraud, if you will, because you're kind of like preying on women will see this and think, oh, this one's for me, so I need to buy this. Whereas any creatine is fine, any pre-workout, fine, have at it. But there is no specific thing that's like, oh, women, you have to have this version because this version is going to do you this much better, whatever it is.
I saw one the other day too.
And that's the thing, there's so many like different avenues, people, and I said this last time about like all the peptide companies. There's so many different avenues of, if someone sees a trend, then 100 businesses pop up. So I think at the end of the day, the supplement industry is still an industry and it's a business. All businesses try to make money. How can we make the most money? That's the number one goal in any of these top companies, hands down. So let's do like, I think I saw something once when they said they like perfect the perfect ratio for each Dorito or something like that, like flavor wise to treat you. Like it's the same thing in every industry. How can
He said
we?
that.
Yeah, I think we spoke about it.
Yeah, we
two
spoke about it.
podcasts ago, somewhere around there. But every industry is trying to make money, right? So just do your research. Creatine, staple. That's a great one. What else? BCAAs. I would do EAAs and not BCAAs, right? So just focus on like the things that are proven. Like do your research and don't just fall for like ashwagandha or like all this extra stuff that just popped up out of nowhere.
I saw I don't know enough of the science. You guys probably know way better than me, but one of our clients has posted a video where there was a supplement company and they were like posting this new revolutionary, never before done product called FAAs, which is full amino acids. And it is they were talking about like most companies will launch like an EAAs or BCAAs, which only contains like, these a few amino acids. Well, this one has all 9 amino acids. And they were like talking about that. Well, and they were saying like our client Esai that was like green screening this, he was like, I feel like there's something, this is like a new revolutionary idea. I feel like there's something else that has all 9 essential like amino acids. And then he was like, oh, wait, that's just protein. This company is just doing protein and they're branding it as a new product, FAAs. Crazy, yeah. And so I don't know all the science behind it and everything, but there was tons of coaches that were interacting with that. Like, I saw this too. That's insane that they're trying to act like this is new. Literally, protein is just this. They just made protein and called it something else.
Yeah.
It's just whey protein,
food, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eat food.
I think my favorite too, like you see the GLP-1 drink or whatever. Like there is no fat loss, fat burning drink that you're going to consume that is magically going to make you lose fat. Some of them make you sweat more. So maybe you feel like you're a little bit skinnier, but like you're just losing water weight. You're going to drink water and eat food and then you're going to hold that water again. But that you see it all the time, like ads on like TikTok and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I went down 5 pant sizes when I started drinking this. No, they did not. That is not their secret.
There's a section in the pharmacy. I was there the other day that's GLP-1 support. And it's like vitamins or shakes or things that you can take while you're on a GLP-1 is what they're branding.
See, and GLP-1 is just like a hot button word right now. So anyone who sees GLP-1, they're like, oh, I need that.
I feel like that's how it always is.
It is, yeah.
If you never want to go broke again, sell health and beauty stuff to ladies. And I feel like a lot of brands like try to prey on people that don't understand, right? They pay for a market and they pay for influence to say the exact words to get the right customer. Like all of it's a business. The same way our business is, same way your business is, same way their business is. Like all of it is just trying to get to the depths of how can we attract this person. That's all it is.
Yeah,
That's literally all it is,
for sure.
which is unfortunate for people who don't know any better.
Yeah.
All right. So Q&A time. Great hot take session. Question. So these are questions that you get asked a lot, or we get asked a lot, or questions we just see online, and just taking a deep dive into it. But something that I get asked a lot is, should I do high volume and low volume, or low volume? And I made a video about this earlier. But it really depends on, like, it's not black and white. Nothing in bodybuilding except like the universal truths of like protein synthesis or something like that. But it's based on an individual level. Like the example I gave in my video is, if you're working like 10, 12-hour shifts, like you shouldn't be in the gym for 6 days a week. That's ridiculous. That makes no sense. So it's really finding the volume that works the best for you, and just tracking data, analyze it, track your sleep, track your weight progression each week, track your food. It's really as simple as that. Find what works for you and then just adjust it from there.
Yeah.
Have you got, I feel like us as like fitness coaches still, I think we get that question a lot. Like, should I be training glutes more, or should I be training hamstrings more? Like, I'm pretty sure you get that question. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I actually listened to a podcast where a health professional was talking about, if you can go in the gym and hit the weight you're lifting for more than 20 to 30 reps, you need to go heavier. Because you should be within 1 to 30 reps, like training till failure, in order to like maximize muscle growth, which I don't know if I'm taking this on like a different route than you are, but I think that volume differs for everyone. It differs depending on, like you said, the stage that you're in,
Yes.
the recovery that you've had, the food that you're on. I feel like that kind of changes what you should and shouldn't do. Like someone who's, in the depths of prep is not going to have the same volume as someone who's in the height of off season. Like it's going to vary based on the phase that you're in. Just as like strength or anything else would. I just lost my train of thought. I don't really know where I'm going with
I mean, you make a good point. Everything is individualized.
Yeah.
Like going back to a few segments ago, talking about waking up at 5 a.m. That's on an individual level. That's not like a standard that people have to do. It just works for people on an individual level.
Right.
So I feel like all of it is individualized. There's no black and white. There's a bunch of nuance and everything in terms to do like weight loss, trying to build muscle, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Bakker, do you have anything? I have a few questions more of like a coaching perspective. Do you like have something that you get asked often? Like in terms of business, in terms of how to stay consistent, in terms of being disciplined and not really focus on motivation.
Or how do you balance work and fitness goals? Because I hear a lot of, I don't have time. And you're probably one of the busiest people we know with getting ready for fatherhood and taking care of Kenzie and business and all that stuff.
I just think different. I mean, it's not the best answer for like balance, but I just think different things take different priorities at different seasons of your life.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm in a season where, although I do want to stay in good shape, and I have stayed in good shape, I don't like, it's not a priority for me. Like family and business is like the two priorities right now, and I just don't think like it's really tough to balance all three at the extent right now that I like. If it was just like spending time with Kenzie and doing the business stuff, that'd be a different story. But it's spending time with Kenzie, remodeling an entire house, and all the business stuff, and so it's right now it just has kind of taken a backseat. So I'm getting a few workouts a week. Usually Jermaine and I play a few pickleball sessions a week, which are like 500 to 1,000 calories
Like
burned.
40 minutes, bro.
Yeah, very quickly. So that's been enough for me to like still make some progress and still kind of move in the right direction.
Yeah.
But I just think it all comes down to what you do prioritize. Like there's people within this, when in the same situation, would probably prioritize like the fitness side and the business side, or maybe the fitness side and the family side, and then business or work would take a little bit of a back burner. It's like it's just up to the individual.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's good stuff. This question is for you, Addison. My body feels like it's not responding. What am I doing wrong?
Okay, wait. I brought this up because I feel like I have conversations like this, whether it's like people who, reach out to me or people who just have random questions or even clients sometimes. And I had a heart to heart with one of my clients not too long ago. And we just talked about, hey, you might feel like you're doing everything you possibly can. But then you come to me and say, hey, so this day didn't go as planned. Hey, I actually ate this instead on this day. Hey, I missed like 3 or 4 cardio sessions. So then when I actually like go over what actually, or like where did we actually adhere to the plan and when were we off plan? Like right now it's looking like 50-50. So can we say these things are not working, or can we do better in adherence and then actually get a better idea of what is and what is not working? And once we had that heart to heart, she went back to the drawing board. She had like an insane week. The scale moved. We saw progress. And she's like, oh, I'm glad you said something, because sometimes we feel like we're doing everything we can. It feels like I'm following the plan 90% of the time. But when you're actually tracking, when you're actually logging, when you're actually like prioritizing these things, then you see, okay, maybe this is where I was lacking. And oftentimes it's something that we can change on our end, not necessarily the plan that you're following.
We see it a lot on the business side too.
That's also that.
The exact same thing. And it is what's measured can be improved. So if you're measuring it, then you can like objectively see what is or isn't going on. But I mean, that's a lot of times people's problems is like, it is, we all think that we're special little snowflakes. We have our own unique set of problems that nobody else on earth could possibly understand.
I'm going to start using that with my clients.
I say that
you think you're a special snowflake, but just listen, you're not.
Sometimes I definitely need to hear though.
It's definitely easier to say in a group setting, we all versus like, you're not one. You're not.
Yeah.
You're not.
I'll put them in a group chat, make it easier.
I say that day one. I mean, you heard me say it the other day. I say
Yeah.
day one of every single workshop. Like a lot of times people come in here and we all think that we're special little snowflakes, that nobody else understands anything. I'm about to go through a presentation that tells you all the things that you're experiencing, probably where you're at and why you're experiencing them. And then we're later going to give you all of the routes out, but it's going to be stuff that you thought was only your problem.
It's not.
But we've seen thousands of people with your exact same problem.
Yeah.
So anything you're going through right now, someone else has conquered and overcome, you can too.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, that's good stuff. And the final Q&A or final question is, I have high cravings. What should I do? I have a lot of food noise, and I feel like I can't gain control over that.
My thing is, it's not necessarily that you like, I don't know. I think I've come to like hate the word craving because it's not that your body is telling you, hey, you need this cheeseburger right now, or you're literally not going to survive. It is that you saw a place that sells cheeseburgers, or you're thinking about a cheeseburger. And so now you just like on repeat, I really want a cheeseburger. That sounds really good right now. I could go for a cheeseburger. But it's not that your body needs that. And I think that, I mean, I've even had talks with you. I remember I felt like I had no confidence in myself of like completing a cut or a prep or anything on my own for the longest time, because I struggled so bad with food in the first one. And then when I did it on my own, and when I like kind of beat those thoughts where I really wanted Chick-fil-A on my way home from the gym, but instead I just went home and had my meal prep, like I realized, wow, I have so much more control over this than I actually thought. Like it's really not that deep. And if you constantly put yourself in situations where you're looking at a bunch of food or have that option, or if you're one of those explore page foodies, like
I've been there, not a lot.
you're the problem. You are the problem. Because you can definitely go out and have fun with friends and family if they respect your boundaries, respect your goals, like it's really not that big of a deal. You can go out and go shopping or go to the gym and come home and not stop on your way home. That's honestly easy. You're driving the car, right? Someone else is driving the car. Just go home. So I think cravings a lot of times is kind of like this fallback excuse, or like food noise. It's almost like you're using that to either like cope, or you don't have your meal prep on hand. So you're like, what else sounds good? And you control the fork. And I learned that myself. So I always tell my clients, like, at the end of the day, you are in complete control here of what you do or what you don't do. So you have to understand that nobody is going to nobody's going to take that cheeseburger and shove it in your mouth. Like, you have to make a conscious decision to do so. So when you say you're craving things or you have a lot of food noise, I get it. I've been there, but also you have to remember nobody is in control except for you, and you get to make the decisions that make you feel good at the end of the day.
I agree. That's good insight. And I think a lot of that food noise and temptation creeps in when you start negotiating with yourself. Like, maybe if I have this and start looking at the menu and walking down the aisles trying to see if something that fits in your macros, I feel like you're just opening the door for that temptation to creep in.
Yeah.
So I think it's just wake up in the morning, like, I'm going to eat my meal plan today. Like, I'm going to do cardio. I'm just going to work out today. Like, don't even think about it. Don't even take 1 second to just say, well, what if I do this? This shouldn't be that bad. Because that's when things go south.
It's like the voting system that I always talk about.
Yeah. Yeah. When you say you're going to do something, you're consciously like making a decision to like put one vote towards future you, or you're kind of taking that away from yourself. And you always want to vote towards what would you do in the future? Who do you want to be?
That's good stuff.
Yeah. And I also think, like, if you center like food and drinks, like if that's like the thing that is like the priority when you're out with friends and family, then you've got it wrong. Because, well, one, bring your meal prep with you. If you're like, I feel so left out because I can't eat and drink. Okay, bring your diet soda and bring your food. I don't know how many, like, when we went to Outback during prep, we had shrimp, like plain shrimp. I don't even like shrimp like that. And I still ate shrimp because I was like,
I remember that.
I'm hungry. And that was like the best thing that they had there was just plain shrimp.
I do remember
So we had shrimp and like Diet Coke. Like, we still got to be included. We still stayed on meal plan, and it was fine. And I just think if that's like the center of what you do when you go out and you just feel so left out, then you got to shift your priorities, or at least bring your things along so that you can feel included as a group, but also focus on like the people in your life, not being food centered.
That's a good point. And I think it's like,
same with alcohol too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a really, really good one. Like, I have to have this to feel like loosen up. No, you need to work on your self-confidence. You need to work on the actual root cause and stop trying to patch it with a Band-Aid.
I haven't like socially drank in
Ever, bro.
a long time. Like maybe I've had 2 drinks, 3 drinks in the last year and a half, 2 years maybe. And at first it felt weird, like at some of the different scenarios where I was like turning stuff down or whatever. But honestly, once you do kind of turn it down or just kind of like set the standard, like, people don't offer stuff to me as much anymore.
Yeah.
And then also, like, I've also realized a lot of the situations that I thought I needed to, try to get tipsy or whatever the case may be to like be involved in that situation. I've had the same amount of fun, and I just feel a lot better throughout the rest of the night and the next morning. And like, I'm not like missing out on it.
Yeah. And I think that boils down to knowing who you are, knowing your self-confidence, and knowing that these like external things don't matter. Like, I choose who I am. Like, that doesn't define me.
Yeah.
So
I've regretted drinking a lot of times.
Yeah.
Never not.
Oh,
regretted not
100%.
drinking.
100%. So I think it's boils down to who you see yourself as and who you know, or who you are. So.
And just having individuality. Like, you don't have to
Stay.
fit in or do what everyone else is doing. You can 100% do your own thing. And if people judge you or look down on you, so be it. Those aren't your people, probably, like, I feel like if I went out and I had meal prep with me and we were at a big gathering, like nobody in our family is gonna judge.
They
So we're
would
like,
expect that.
there goes Addison, like whatever.
At this point.
They would
Yeah, like
expect us.
it's just like a normal thing.
Yeah.
So you should just have that individuality. I cannot speak.
Individuality, yeah.
Individuality, and forget what people say or how they're looking at you, because it's really not that big of a deal.
A great question to ask yourself before you do anything. Like, who cares? And if this post flops, who cares? If I say no, if I don't go to this event, who cares? Literally, who cares? Why does it matter? So
Yeah.
That's all the questions that I have written down. Does anyone have any closing words? Those were really good. Hopefully, we answered some questions that a lot of people had.
I don't have anything else.
Nope. I mean, the countdown to Blakely's on. Any one of these episodes coming up, she might be born.
No.
If you guys see us all in separate locations, just know he's at home with the baby.
Yeah. It's wild.
It is wild.
That's crazy. Next pod is going to be at the hospital.
Yeah.
Right?
Actually in the waiting room.
Here you go, Blakely.
Yeah.
First cry.
He'll be pressing in the background and be like, "Hey, honey, can you keep it down a little bit? I'm trying to record over here."
That'd be hilarious.
That would be funny.
Podcast. That would actually go viral.
Crazy.
That podcast would rip, bro. Absolutely rip.
I said if we should
wild.
do like an interview with Kenzie while she's in labor, that would go viral.
Oh my gosh. She would be so
hilarious,
mad.
bro.
She would be so mad.
Baker,
Yeah.
Baker.
Just a contraction.
All right.
No.
Well, any words from our coach and fellow business owner?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I gotta think of like a
Closer.
like a closer, like a slogan, like something like.
He's a rookie. Guys, thank you for tuning into this episode of the BAMCast. Like this podcast if you're listening on a top audio platform. Subscribe if you are on YouTube. Leave a review or a comment. That helps push everything. We don't spend any money on ads, and we don't do anything to try to push this other than just
If you can't
putting
tell.
effort.
Ourselves.
And we struggle every single week. So we appreciate you guys for tuning in. We'll see you.
Wait, no. Also, if you have any hot takes or Q&A questions, make sure to leave those below so that we have more things to address and debate on within the podcast.
I like it.
All right. Cool.
Okay. See you in the next one, guys.
All right.